Hey guys, welcome back this week. We are shifting gears a little bit and moving towards the downpipe. Try to get the rest of the exhaust all welded up so I can get that finished, installed, and good to go. Getting very close now. The car's probably about 95%-ish. So I have a few things to wrap up on, but nothing major. The only real major project we have is to modify the downpipe, get that to fit correctly. So let's take a look. Alright, so this is what we have. I've got the intercooler piping on the passenger side reinstalled. Got the elbow made up to the turbo. Got the intake installed. Make sure that all fits exactly how we need it. We've got the wastegate installed. This wiring will be cleaned up, but that's where it is for now. We've got the pipe ran down on that, so we've got a little bit of clearance there. And we've got the up pipe where we want it to be. So we've got the turbo clocked correctly. It's almost facing straight forward, which is nice. That'll give us clearance for the downpipe to go in between the wiring harness and the AC line, and hopefully give us enough room to not overheat or cook anything. So I've got the downpipe, got to put that into place, cut it in the middle, and then kind of clock it how we need it. For some reason it does not mate up correctly to the rest of the downpipe straight from ETS, so we'll get that fixed up. Once that's mounted, we'll go ahead and correct this bracket. For whatever reason, with the cap back and everything all bolted up, that bracket is not in the right spot. It doesn't line up. It's about an inch off. So we'll grind this piece off. We'll get a new mount welded on there, and that should finish everything up onto where it needs to be. So that's the wastegate piping. You can see I've got enough clearance for all of that, and then the piping is rested in the center of this pocket right here, so we should be good there. Let's go ahead and get that downpipe cut. We'll mock it in, put it into place, mock it up, tape it, tack weld, make sure it fits good. Alright, so here's the downpipe. I was going to cut it up towards here and then kind of change the angle on that so that way I only had one weld joint, but I think I'm going to leave it there, cut it right in the middle, cut it basically just like this. And that way I can kind of sand the edges or even cut them as needed to kind of get this end to pivot as we need. So we'll cut it kind of like this, we'll get it back installed, and we'll see what modifications we need to make. Alright, so this is actually going to take a little bit longer than I anticipated to try to get this correct. I got to cut maybe about an inch and a quarter off, but I got to be able to like pivot a little bit just to get it to fit where I want it to. So I'm going to cut it like this. I'm going to have a little piece left. I'm hoping that I can kind of finagle that the way I need to get things to line up and kind of go from there. So just going to get this all mocked up, and then I'll bring you guys back once I get everything kind of where it needs to be. I'll tack it on camera and we'll weld it out, but for now just going to try to bang this out, get all the fitment good, and then we'll bring you guys back. Alright, so we got these cut out. Basically all it took was to cut out a little ring to change the direction, just kind of pivot the pipe a little bit, and then I took a 1-inch chunk off and then kind of move that so that kind of change the dimension of the pipe. So we should be good now. I did test fit this. It's not exact perfect, but that flex joint on the rest of the downpipe should give us the flexibility that we need. So we'll get this off. I did kind of grind down the edges a little bit with a burr bit. Just need to clean everything off with acetone, maybe scuff it up a little bit, make sure it's nice and clean. We'll get the tack welds on, and then we'll weld this out. We'll test fit it once it cools down, and as long as it fits, we'll get the O2 bung welded in also, and we should be good to go. Alright, so I got this all pretty much test fit, taped up, fits exactly how I want it to, so we'll go ahead and get this tack welded, get it back in the car, verify fitment, and then if everything is good, we'll finalize the welding aspect and get this finally installed. Okay, so we got this all done. Just give it a couple of minutes. Yeah, I'll turn the gas off, let it cool down a little bit, and then we'll test it. Alright, so we get the downpipe in for mock fitment, and you can see I've got more than enough clearance. I put my whole thumb through there. It's away from the wiring harness. Everything looks good. For that section, we'll go underneath and we'll take a look to see how that mates up. Alright, and you can see I've got good room around the axle. I am going to probably push it away just a little bit that way, but the flanges line up perfectly. So we should be good there. So we'll go ahead and actually get this pulled out. We will finalize the welding and then we can install everything. We'll push it over there a little bit to give us a little bit more clearance from the axle just for heat, and we should be good to go. Alright, so I was able to test it, the downpipe, and it fit perfect. So I went ahead and got my OT bung, which is right here, and I've got an adapter that goes to 1/8 inch NPT that I'm going to be using for the back pressure. So I just kind of threaded it in here and then put a socket on it. You can kind of do that with the plug. This uses an Allen head, but this socket is just kind of uniform all the way around. So I stuck it to the side, sharpied it out. The really cool thing with this adapter is I've got these transfer punches with different diameters and a point on the end, so I can just put it right through the center. It's a really tight fit, so there's no wobble. We'll put it on the side, hit it with the hammer, and then we'll drill our hole. So we'll do that, and then we'll get this all welded up so our bungs are all set. Overall, I'm very happy with these welds. They came out very uniform. I had one dip, which you could probably see it right there. Other than that, it all came out great. Very happy with that. Turns out you probably should not finish weld the entire thing with the bolt in there, because I think I fused some of the bolt to the flange. So I'm attempting to drill it out. Unfortunately, I snapped the drill bit. And I was using WD-40 to try to keep it cool. And I was just about ready to bust through the other side, and it got locked up. So this is gonna add quite a bit of time. Well, I finally got that piece of shit bolt out. The threads are not the prettiest, but they're still fully intact, so they will be able to hold the oxygen sensor. And this is basically what's left of the bolt that I had to grind out and then pry out with some pliers. And this is basically what it took. Took some heat, WD-40, so offsetting heat and cooling it down with that, and then an O2 sensor chaser. This is basically what did all the magic. I tried to use a tap, but I could not get it to bite into the original threads. And I didn't want to mar everything up beyond return and just create new threads. I wanted to clean them out. So I used this, had everything in the vise, used a bench block to offset, so basically I can get this to where I needed it. Drilled everything out and just spent a lot of time going back and forth, cleaning it out with brake clean, and WD-40 and compressed air, and then just basically anytime little shards came out, take a set of pliers and try to pull them out of the threads. That's the best way to do it, is to clear out as much metal as possible to retain the factory or the regular threads, and then chase everything out as best you can. So it's going to create a lot of debris, so you want to make sure that you keep the threads as clean as possible. So it's a lot of repetitive process, but ideally I wanted to keep that bung, not have to cut it off and weld a new one on there, just because I've already finished welded everything on this and I just didn't want to have any other headaches. So finally got that out, we're cleared. I chased everything, it goes in there nice. So we'll get an O2 sensor in there and we should be good to go. Alright guys, well, we finally got everything back installed. So we got the intake on. This fits very nicely. I've got different oil feed lines, still 4AN, but this one's sheathed black. So that way if there's any rubbing on the drain lines, we won't have any chafing. So we've got that installed. It's just kind of sitting here for now, but we're good there. Here, let me take this off. Feed, I actually moved right there. So it's pointing the other direction. Typically it's pointing this way, but to make everything nice and clean, I have it pointing that way. I don't know if you can see that. So that way it's just nice, routed nicely. And then I've got the downpipe finally installed, and I've got the O2 sensor bung, got that in a nice spot, and I've got that basically mounted to the frame or to the shock tower. I do have this blanket, so we shouldn't have too many heat issues there. And I've just got to terminate this end of the harness right there, so we'll be good. And then we did get our bracket in, so this is the official bracket for our connectors there for the EGT and the CAN bus resistor. So that's final. That's great. Fits awesome. No issues with rubbing or contact, and it's nice and sturdy. So I'll take you underneath and we'll take a look at the exhaust. So we've got good clearance between the downpipe and the axle. And then I've got the wastegate tube here. I am gonna make a custom mount. So you see that whole mounting hole right there? That is threaded. So I'm just gonna put an L bracket from here to here. So that way it can hold this nice and steady and it's not gonna move anywhere. And then we've got our V-band there. I've got the mount actually lined up correctly on here. And then everything else is pretty much buttoned up. I do have to plug this still, not a big deal. I've got a plug for that. And everything else fits perfect. So on this side I've got no clearance issues. We've got the fuel filter. We've got the STI starter in there. Yeah, everything is turning out really nice and it fits well. We did get the front harness all wrapped up also. 12-pin DTM connector. We've got this running to the oil pressure combo sensor and the coolant combo sensor. So both of those will read temperature and pressure. So with the coolant, the idea behind that is if I start lifting ahead, hopefully we don't, but if we do, we'll see that data on the M-Tron and we can put a fail-safe in for that. And then obviously oil temp and pressure, you just want to have both of those. I do have the 4-port boost solenoid here. I fabbed up a bracket for that, and I've got these push to connect fittings, so we'll probably get that wrapped up in the next video. But we got the wiring, single wire turn on for the alternator all nice and tidy into that connector. So that pretty much wraps up that. I do need to get another pin for the AC compressor. I needed to cut that off so I could properly sleeve this and clean up this area for the fuse box. So just need to get a pin for that, and then I can get that all wrapped up and assembled. So that's pretty much it for this video. It took a lot of work to try to get that stuck bolt out. Lesson learned on that one: don't torque that down and weld it fully. If anything, torque it down, tack it, and then remove the bolt before finish welding it. But we finally got the entire exhaust, including all the downpipe stuff done, fabbed up. That's the majority of it. Next video, we are going to work on some power and ground wires to the alternator and to the starter. And then I want to try to get the back pressure canister and all the lines ran for that to get that wrapped up. And then after that, the only thing we really have left is the, actually there's a harness back here. There's a harness right here that I need to change up. Goes to the transmission harness. We did get rid of the rear O2, so we don't have that portion of it. But instead of running these adapters, what I want to do is get a connector that's going to plug directly into that the trans harness, and then run into the firewall into the M-Tron direct. Maybe a connector behind the firewall just to make it easy. But I just want to clean this up and tidy it up. Again, get rid of the electrical tape if I can. Get some DR25 and maybe some heat sleeving to protect that. But other than that, that's pretty much the gist of it. We just need a base map at that point. We're good to go. We'll catch you next time.